Hello and welcome back to another episode of Survival Sealab. I am Modi Operandus. On today's episode, we're going to be taking a look at our farm that we got made last time, take a look and see how that's going, and then we're going to be adding on yet another building onto our Sealab. So let's get going. Alright, so as I mentioned, we got the farm going still strong here. Now the only really problem I have right now is that these guys still are producing. I was going to say, they're not really producing a lot of cows. I have 4 main cows here, and then they're producing one, I don't know, every minute or two. My big problem is that it's not producing wheat fast enough, but I laid down a second lily pad of fertility here, and that should make this grow really fast, so we're getting enough wheat for to supply our cows here. Because this cooldown, it's getting reached every single time, nothing's happening. So if we can get this going, so there's always a couple in there, we'll produce cows really fast. We have lots of room in here for different little animals to get slaughtered here. The chickens are going a little bit faster because seeds are more plentiful, so these guys are getting made pretty quickly, and there's no seeds in here currently, but every single drop makes 2 seeds, and at least one of those should be coming over here. Oh, I didn't calibrate my thing here. Let's fix this up real quick. I lost, oh, I don't have my helmet on, that's why. Let's get that back on there. There we go. All right, cool. There we go. I'll get back out of there. So what we're gonna be doing today is making a new building for, I want to have like a production building for like having my machines, because I mentioned last time, I don't know what I'd really want to do with these things. I think I want to get them out of here though. I don't necessarily want to have this room kind of cluttered with different things like that. I want this kind of be more of an informational room, have like all my setups to like see what everything's doing, like the power, like I can see where the power's at and see how much everything's getting consumed. Using Tesseracts, I'll pump it over to the other buildings, that kind of thing, but I want to be able to see where my power's at and that kind of thing. So that's not getting any right now. I'll have to fix that in a little while. But we're gonna be moving that stuff anyway, so it's not a big deal. Anyways, like I said, so I want to build another production building, basically. We have the farm building that's going really well. Everything's pretty much almost set up in there completely. We have a power building. That's pretty great. I think we're going to go this direction and make it a production building. After that, I'm going to be out of directions to go. I'm going to have to think of a different way of connecting my buildings then. Maybe underground tunnels or something like that, but maybe we can just have like a hub going through here. I don't know. Maybe we'll figure that out later. I still have plans for a few more buildings after this, so this is not nearly the end yet. So I have a little bit of a laid out plan of how big I want it to be already, but we're going to do a new style of making things today. We're actually going to build a turtle and use that to build. So we're going to make an advanced turtle, and we just need a regular turtle, I believe. So let's do advanced turtle like this. It's just gold, surrounded by advanced computer. Okay, so we need to make advanced computer, which is gold surrounding with glass paint. I think we can do that, no problem. All right, so let's grab everything we need for this, and then we'll make a turtle for ourselves. So what we can do with this advanced turtle, it's pretty cool. We can use Pastebin and actually pull in a really cool program I found. I don't remember how I found it, and I don't have the credit in front of me. Let's see here. It's Keridos, K-E-R-I-D-O-S. He made this program, not me. I'm not that computer savvy enough to do this, so let's do programs. And we need to do Pastebin. So we go Pastebin get. I think this is how we do it. We'll have to do this again. I'm just going to demonstrate what we're going to be doing here, and then I'll set it up over there in a second. So we'll get Pastebin get RAHJ4R2K, and we'll put it as shapes. There we go. Okay, so if we run shapes now, and you can see that there's lots of different stuff we can make. This is basically going to be automated building for us. We can make squares, cylinders, pyramids, rectangles, half spheres, walls, stairs, circles, all kinds of different stuff. We can hit next for page 2. And there's even more stuff. Hexagons, octagons, prisms, spheres, all kinds of stuff. And I should put up the credits here so you can see that it's not me. This was made by these guys here based on their work. And as I said, uploaded by Keridos. So that's what the version I'm using right now. Anyways, we're going to put this thing outside, and we're going to be using the, let's run it again here quick. There we go. I want to be using, I think we're just going to make it a square, and just to start with that. Now, there's a lot of things we can do here, and we're going to have a lot of different shapes buildings now, because this is going to be a pretty amazing way to build. It's a matter of getting them enough materials to build it, though. So I've been making some materials, like this random stuff we find. I've been building it into here. We ran out of power because I disconnected that for some reason. But I'm trying to cook all this stuff up so we can use these blocks for building down the road. It's gonna be tough to amass a large quantity of them, but I want them turned into so we can make nice stones instead of using these basic stones, cobblestones, and that kind of thing. So this should be pretty cool once we get this all made. I don't think we'll be using this abyssal stone for much because it's very, very dark block. What I'm gonna be using for this build is I'm just using cobblestone because that's what I have the most of, and I put it in the chisel mod again and made this detailed cobblestone bricks, which we haven't actually used before. We have these these are just vanilla stone bricks. We can use these chisel bricks, and it should look pretty cool. Anyways, I'm gonna plop this outside, and then we're gonna get building on this thing. Okay, so let's put this in its location. I don't know if it needs to be on the end, on the corner, or if it needs to be where exactly it needs to start from. I think if it's 1 or 2 blocks off, that's not a huge deal for me. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna place it down here, and we probably have to go get our paste bin again, because it does delete things when you pull it back out again. So we'll have to put that back in there, paste bin, get, put the code back in there. And we'll call it shapes again. Very good, run shapes. Okay, so what we want is a square. So we'll type square. And we want the building, we can calculate costs with this, which is pretty amazing. Now we have 11 stacks, 10 stacks, yeah, we have 11 stacks of stuff. Let's just calculate costs and see if we want to return to start after the build. Doesn't matter, yes, true, fine. Fill your fill from a gender chest, no. And depth of width doesn't need to be, I want it to be, let's say 18. Sounds good. So it's 72 blocks to do single level, I guess, is what it's saying here. It didn't ask me how tall it wants it to be, so which is kind of interesting. So let's go back up there to shapes and run it again here. We actually want a cube. How can we do that? Stair, wall. Let's do wall. Building a wall. Let's calculate costs. We want the return to start. Yes, that's fine. We want it to refill. Yes. No, we don't want it to refill. How deep does it need to be? It needs to be 18 deep. How high does it need to be? We want it, I don't know, 6? It's gonna be 108 blocks used, so that's not too bad. That's just less than a stack and a half. Fuel used is 218. Now, I actually have fuel turned off for turtles right now. I don't feel bad about that or anything like that. I don't feel like it's cheating because I'm just using it to build, which is just automating. If I was using this to mine or collect materials, that would be a different story. I would probably turn fuel back on in the config files for my Feed the Beast here. But seeing as I'm just building, this is something I could do on my own, and it's expending materials to do so. I don't think it's a problem to not use fuel if I'm just building things, not necessarily, you know, mining things would be a different story. So let's see here. If we want to do this thing, we'll need 4 times that. We have plenty then. We have 10 stacks. So if we do a 6 high, let's see if that's gonna be the right height. This is, we probably might, oh, actually that probably won't be too bad because we gotta put a roof on this thing too. I'm just gonna use it for the walls, and then we're gonna put our own roof on it when we're done here. So let's just let it do its thing. Let's see how it works out. Let's run shapes again here quick. And we'll go, is there another, let's see it next here quick. Maybe there is a cube. Cuboid, there we go, cuboid. There, that's the one we want. Cuboid. No, we don't want to calculate costs. We want you to build it, buddy. I don't care if you do, just stay where you are. Refill from ender chest, no. Put the building blocks in the item slot. Please put items in the first item slot. Okay, so let's put them there. And more if you need them. Let's put them all in there. And how deep do you need it to be? I need it to be 18 deep. And I would like it to be 18 wide. And I would like it to be, go 7 tall? 7 tall. Does it need to be hollow? Yes, it needs to be hollow. And, oh, he's going to work. Awesome, he's doing it. He's doing his thing now. Let's let him do his thing, and we'll check a look and make sure he doesn't screw anything up. So far, looks pretty good. Wait, what are you doing exactly here? Which direction are you planning to build this? Are you building it this direction? That's gonna be a big problem for me. Let's see what he does here. Because this should be 18 wide right here. Okay, he's doing it correctly. Oh no, he's building the floor first. Oh, perfect. So this first part is our initial floor. He's gonna build it 18 out deep, and this will be perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna let him do his thing, and we'll check back on him in a little bit. right, so the turtle did its job perfectly. Look at this thing. It's a square. It's a big old square. That's exactly what I wanted. I wanted it to be a little bit smaller in diameter than this thing is. So it's a little smaller building, but it's gonna have a roof on it, so it's still gonna be almost as tall, I think. It's not gonna be a domed roof though. It's gonna be kind of an arched roof, I think. So let's get rid of our turtle here. Let's take everything out of it. I already did that. And we'll break it and we'll save him for later because that is gonna be super useful. Having that kind of building ability while this thing was building, I was able to go mining, let it do its thing. I was able to, write my memoirs, anything, work on my novel. Like, I have plenty of time to do my own thing here. So I really appreciate this. Might be the new way I build here from now on because it's very easy. Now I just have to go around and add the accents in. So for the accents, I actually have been trying it out, experiment with different blocks here. I was trying to think of like a marble. I kind of wanted like a white roof. And then for the sides of the building, maybe I was going to use like an accent like this engraved quartz here. And it looks pretty good. I do kind of like it as an accent block. It's not too bad. The other block I had was from Geostrad. No, it was from Chisel Mod. And let's just take a look at that quick here. There's a lot of cool Chisel Mod blocks like this. Where is it? Oh, there's this futuristic armor plating, which looks really cool. It only costs 1 iron. Now I'm still kind of low on iron. As you can see, my reserves are dwindling here. We have 8 remaining in this bin here. Now out in my production facility, I made this into an automated production for iron now though. So it's taking the essence, converting into ores, and then taking the ores and converting them into pulverizer to dust, and then turning them into back into ingots. So I have a stack and a half almost in here. That's pretty good. It's gonna keep doing its thing. I am running out of seeds though. It seems like the seeds are not getting produced constantly, or this thing isn't picking them up maybe. I guess that's the risk you take with using an automated system, but I think we're still producing enough iron that we can replace those pretty easily. And we have essence blocks as well, or essence plants as well, I think. Yeah, essence crops. So we are producing more essence, so they are completely replaceable at this point. Then we have 62 in there from the production already, so we'll be fine there. But now I should work on those accents and the rest of the building out here. So let me get back to work, and I'll make this really cool. All right, so with the cube done, I decided to get to work adding some accents in. I wanted to round off the corners a bit, so I took out the corner block and then added the quartz in on each side of the wall. And then I added a ridge around the top of the roof here to add some more detail, because I thought they'd look kind of cool. With that done, I wanted to figure out how I wanted to do the roof. I didn't have an exact plan for what I wanted to do for the roof. I just knew that I wanted it to go up in the middle and then down on the ends, into each of the 4 corners and extend a little bit out past the end of the wall. So through trial and error, I just figured out what worked for me here, and then continued that pattern for the rest of the roof. You'll see I'm leaving a hole in the middle here. That's because I knew from the start that I wanted to have a skylight in this building, rather than have a glass dome or glass ceiling. I knew I wanted to have a pattern of skylights actually, with one giant skylight in the middle and then smaller skylights around the outside. With the roof completed, I went to the outside walls and started adding some windows in there as well. I may add more windows in here in the future, but right now I just wanted a couple around the top to provide some more light. Then I removed the water from the inside of the building and started to clean up the outside, and that's when I realized that the building was a little bit too small and a little bit off center from the previous building. It was actually 1 block off and 1 block too small. I should have made it 19 by 19, not 18 by 18. And unfortunately, with the roof already completed and the building already completed, this was going to be a massive overhaul. So I extended out the walls a bit, and then I had to tear off almost the entire roof. It was nearly a complete teardown, not a single block was left in its place. It would have almost been better to start from scratch here. Now with the roof back in ship shape here, I went back to the skylights, and I wanted to add a little more detail this time, so I used a secondary block from the Chisel mod, and added a new texture to the marble. Now I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it like this, I just wanted something else. I'm not completely happy with the texture, but maybe it'll look fine, maybe it'll grow on me. So there you see the pattern for the roof done once again. So with the mechanized sponge, I drained the water from the inside, and then turned my attention to the base of the building. All right, so our production facility is done after some great difficulty redoing the roof completely. I'm still not 100% happy with it. It's looking how I want it to look exactly, but it's, I don't know, something's missing. I'm gonna tweak it maybe a little bit off camera here. And then also, next episode then, we'll be setting up our machines in here. I took down my smeltery and all the machines over here. So in order to get some production going, I need to get those set back up again. I just set the redstone furnace over there just so I have something going. But yeah, we really need to get these set up really soon. But I want to set it up so it's ready to plug and play for like a sorting system, get all of our minerals processed and that kind of thing very quickly and easily, and then sort it back into the system. So we'll have to set that up in a way that'll do all that for us. But that'll be next episode. I know this was a kind of a short episode, not a lot got done, but most of my time was spent building this thing, which doesn't look like much, but it was a massive undertaking. Anyways, that'll do it for this episode of Survival Sealab. I've been Modi Operandus. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back for more really soon. Have a good night.